everyone, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Des, I go by Desb, and you have stumbled across my YouTube channel. Make sure if you haven't already, give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and click that little bell so you never miss a video from me. I'm so excited to be back with you guys today. I'm finally done traveling for a few weeks, and now I have the time to hit YouTube hard, give you guys a prep update, or if I'm even competing anymore. Clickbait. So right now I am 11 weeks out, and I just got back from enjoying a really nice vacation in Mexico. As you guys probably have seen if you follow me on Instagram, all margaritas matter in Mexico, and so do all the pina coladas, and all the shrimp and sushi and Mexican food and rice and enchiladas and quesadillas and salsa and chips. All of it mattered. So basically, being on my trip to Mexico, I tried as hard as I could to be balanced, but at the end of the day, I paid for this trip. I wanted to enjoy it, and I definitely made sure that I did just that. I did have enough time to be kind of lenient in my diet just because I am so far out, but I also have felt very insecure on about what I did on my vacation. At the end of the day, a vacation is a vacation. You should feel free to let loose, but being on prep, it definitely did inhibit me a little bit of mentally being able to enjoy myself, just because I felt very regretful. I felt very upset with what I was eating, even though I didn't want to eat it. I did want to eat it. It was just kind of mentally draining a little bit to be there. So now that I'm back home, I know I'll get back to where I was, but it's also kind of frustrating when I was finally getting to a spot where I was looking really good for being as far out as I was, and then I kind of like backpedaled like a lot. And as much as I want to say I don't regret it, part of me does, only because this is my road to pro. I want that pro card. I want to bring my best physique to stage, and to think that I could have just done something that possibly could make or break the pro appearance, it does kind of suck a little bit. But at the end of the day, you know, I'm not here to be a competitor forever. I'm here to enjoy my life. I'm here to preach balance and show the difference between restriction and dedication. And here I am now, ready to be dedicated for 11 weeks. I know that I have plenty of time to change my physique, and so I'm gonna give you guys a little physique update right here. So as you can see, I am definitely looking still lean. Don't get me wrong, I'm not fat. I'm not gonna call myself fat or thick, but I definitely put on a few pounds being on vacation. When you treat yourself to a refeed meal, that is completely different than enjoying yourself for 4 days straight without tracking macros. So doing that, I did keep up on my water, but I also did indulge in a few alcoholic drinks. I indulged in buffets, I had dessert, etc. So I'm actually looking a lot better than I did even like 4 days ago. So it's coming down. My food did drop. I am doing cardio now, so hopefully I can just re-regulate myself, but right now I'm just still retaining water. I'm also still trying to get my period back ever since I've gotten my birth control taken out, so that still has yet to return. So I might be bloating, hopefully, hopefully I'm gonna get my period back sometime, but I'm not really 100% sure. So this is what I'm looking like right now. I look maybe a little bit softer than I did pre-vacation. That's why I'm just not gonna go back and rewatch my bikini haul because I looked so good in that. It's okay, we're back, we're ready to grind, and I am ready. So the emphasis of what I wanted to talk to you guys about today was why I compete and what kind of dedication it takes. So a lot of people come to me and they see how I've transformed my body, and they're like, I want to do that, so oh my gosh, I should compete. You probably shouldn't if it's not for you. I knew competing was for me because I have a mental dedication to things. I have been in competitive environments before, playing college volleyball, playing athletics, growing up, as well as I'm just naturally a competitive person. So I knew that being able to dial in and dedicate myself to, you know, a diet as well as a lifestyle was something for me. Other people looking to perform a quick fix, like, oh my gosh, I put on an extra 10 pounds, I want it gone, I'm gonna compete. You probably shouldn't be doing that. Not smart. So why I chose to compete was because I couldn't compete in CrossFit anymore. I wanted something to compete in. I wanted a goal. I wanted to drive. And competing in NPC was something that some people had come up to me and told me, oh my gosh, you should compete in bikini. At this time, I didn't understand. I didn't know the fitness world. I didn't even know, I didn't even really know who Arnold Schwarzenegger was other than, like, the Terminator. So I was clueless for bodybuilding, but I came to learn everything. Obviously, I've competed now twice in 2016. I took all of 2017 off, and now I'm competing again in the year of 2018. My show is May 26th. Super stoked, and my national show would be the last weekend in June into the first weekend of July. So it's a show called Team Universe. It's in New Jersey, and that would be where I would have my chance to get my pro card. When I hear people asking me if they should compete and, you know, how I decided I wanted to compete, like I said, I knew I wanted to compete because I've always been competitive and it was something I want to do. A few questions to ask yourself before you decide to compete, or if it's right for you, is one, are you financially ready to compete? Involving finances and competing is something that people just tend to keep separate when ultimately you need to be financially stable in order to also compete. A competition can be so expensive when it comes to getting a coach, buying the groceries, buying the supplements, making sure that you're recovering correctly, the spray tan at the show, the makeup, the hair, the suit, the shoes, the posing lessons, the NPC card, the registration, all of this stuff, it adds up to, it could be upwards of thousands of dollars. So making sure that you are financially stable enough to compete as well as able to invest that money and reap the rewards of it is something I think that is very important. If you don't see yourself as a competitor yet, meaning that you would bring your best self to that stage, I would highly consider not competing. It is a lot of money to fork over if you're not trying to get the W. So instead of rushing into competing, I would suggest finding a coach for an off season, really working on growing lean mass, growing the body, making sure you're looking good for stage physique, and then getting into the element of a cut. Now, you don't always have to compete either. You can always just create your best self at an attainable weight, attainable cut, and not have to be so high-end, us competitors, you know. Another thing that you should ask yourself is kind of relating back to what I just said, are you ready physically? So if you look at me right now, you can probably tell, maybe not in this lighting, you can probably tell that I work out. You can tell that I've dedicated time to it. You can tell that it's taken me time to get to where I am. I wasn't just born out of the womb like this. So if you are not physically capable of competing and being competitive right now, again, take your time to grow. I took the whole year of 2017 off while I watched other people that I competed against compete. And let me tell you, 95% of them didn't win or they didn't place because you didn't take enough time off. And that's not always the case for everyone, but if you started all the way down here and you take a 4-month off season, you might be here instead of up here. So taking the time to know where your body's at and if you are physically ready to compete is also a major key. Number 3, I would ask yourself is, do I have the right coach? This is something that a lot of competitors run into within the last 4 to 6 weeks of prep, is they realize that their coach is actually starving them, or they're doing like hours of cardio and now they're screwed because they're 4 weeks out and their coach sucks. What I would suggest is make sure that you do your research. Talk to a few different coaches, see what they do, look at their competitors, look at their competitors' posts. How do they post? How do they look? How do they feel? How are they representing themselves? This speaks volumes for what a coach can do for you and what kind of vibe they have in their clientele. So make sure that you do your research, make sure that you ask them questions, have questions written out. You know, do you like carb cycling? Do you do peak week protocols? Do you cut water? Do you believe in HIIT cardio? I don't know. Ask them questions. Make sure that you have questions prepared so that you are ready to where you can make a decision after you've like interviewed a few, kind of. Last but not least, the last thing that you should ask yourself is this what I want to do? Is this what I need to do? If you're someone that is like me, very competitive, wants to better themselves as well as beat others, then 100% go for competing. Invest in it, invest in a great coach, grow your body, and then kill it on stage. But if you're someone that is just struggling with additional weight that has been added on and you're looking to cut, get someone that's a lifestyle coach. Make a lifestyle change. Don't go into the drastic change of being a competitor. Work on yourself, create your best self, write down some goals. Write down some goals. Write down some goals and make sure that you are ready to crush them. Competing is just a glimpse in a long life that is ahead of all of us. So if you're a competitor right now, it is not something to kind of create your name with because it comes and it goes. If you're looking to create something for yourself, create your own brand, create yourself, be humble, be hungry, and go kill it. I hope that you guys enjoyed this small vlog. If you're a competitor, or if you have any questions about becoming a competitor, make sure that you comment below. Or if you like this and you want to see more kind of bikini prep or answering kind of videos, also let me know that. Thank you guys so much for listening. I love you all. I can't wait to see you in the video on Saturday where we go chat.